Imagine being just 14 years old. You walk onto the set of a national TV audition and you fail. You get eliminated in the preliminaries. But before you can even process the rejection, your phone starts ringing. And it doesn't stop. 7 of the most powerful entertainment companies in South Korea, titans of the industry, are suddenly fighting a bidding war over you. They see something the TV judges missed. You have your pick of the absolute best, unimaginable wealth, a guaranteed debut, top-tier resources. So what do? You reject all of them. Instead, you sign with a practically bankrupt basement-level agency on the brink of collapse. Why? Simply because you saw a teenage underground rapper practicing in their studio and you thought he looked cool. That 14-year-old was Jungkook, and that rapper was RM. This single, wild decision didn't just change Jungkook's life, it shifted the entire axis of the global music industry. Welcome back, Army. Today, we're diving deep into the phenomenon of BTS's youngest member. We all know BTS is the biggest group on the planet, but even within a group of 7 global superstars, Jungkook occupies a space entirely his own. He is consistently one of the most searched K-pop idols in YouTube history. His solo debut shattered global streaming records. When he wears a plain black t-shirt, it sells out worldwide in minutes. But why? What is it about Jungkook that pulls people in with such intense, gravity-defying force? Why is he arguably the most popular member? To understand the Jungkook effect, we have to go back to the beginning, back to the immense, almost suffocating pressure of being the Golden Maknae. When RM first gave Jungkook that nickname, it sounded like a compliment, and it was. He was the golden child who could do anything. But in the ultra-competitive world of K-pop, being the center of a group isn't just an honorary title, it is a heavy, heavy crown. As the main vocalist, lead dancer, and center, Jungkook was essentially the structural pillar of BTS's performances. If the center falters, the whole formation looks weak. If the main vocalist cracks, the song falls apart. And remember, he was doing this while going through puberty. He moved to Seoul alone as a shy, quiet kid who would wait until the older members fell asleep just so he could take a shower without being seen. He was so introverted that the agency executives actually worried he wouldn't be able to debut. But the moment the camera turned on, the moment the music started, a completely different person emerged. Here's where it gets interesting. Most idols excel in 1, maybe 2 areas. You have your vocalists, your dancers, your visual members. Jungkook, he is a terrifying anomaly. He sings with breathy, pop-perfect precision. He hits choreographies with the explosive power of a main dancer. He directs his own videos under the name GCF, Golden Closet Film, with a cinematic eye that professional directors praise. He paints, he boxes, he produces. It's almost frustrating how good he is at everything. But pure talent isn't what makes someone a global icon. Talent gets you noticed. Vulnerability is what makes you loved. And that is Jungkook's ultimate weapon, his terrifying, unapologetic sincerity. Despite being one of the most famous men on Earth, he refuses to act like an untouchable celebrity. He operates with the raw, unfiltered energy of your best friend who just happens to be a superstar. Think about his late-night live streams. He doesn't use massive lighting rigs or carefully reviewed scripts. He sits in his living room, sometimes folding his laundry, sometimes crying, sometimes cooking, and sometimes karaokeing for 4 straight hours until he literally falls asleep in front of millions of viewers. In an industry built on absolute perfection and heavily curated images, Jungkook actively dismantles the wall between idol and fan. He doesn't just perform for ARMY, he lives alongside them. But that's not even the wildest part. While his personality anchors fans, his sheer, undeniable star power as a solo artist recently did something nobody, not even seasoned industry experts, thought was possible.
When he stepped onto a stage in Times Square for a surprise pop-up concert, thousands of people paralyzed the streets of New York City with only a few hours' notice. When he released his solo single 7, he didn't just climb the charts, he obliterated them. It became the fastest song in Spotify history to reach 1 billion streams. He wasn't just competing within the K-pop sphere anymore. He was standing shoulder to shoulder with the absolute titans of global pop music, and he was dominating. But why did the general public, people who had never listened to a single BTS track in their lives, suddenly become obsessed? It's because Jungkook is a chameleon. He possesses this uncanny, almost frightening ability to absorb any genre, from early 2000s R&B to slick Michael Jackson-esque funk, and make it look completely effortless. And then there's his quiet defiance. In an industry that rigidly controls how artists look and behave, Jungkook firmly rebelled. He covered his right arm in a full sleeve of heavy tattoos. He got multiple facial piercings. He stopped asking for permission to grow up, and he just did. And by doing so, he showed fans a level of authenticity that felt dangerously real in a hyper-polished industry. But behind the shattered streaming records, the jaw-dropping visuals, and the sold-out solo stages lies the real reason ARMY will protect him at all costs. And this is the emotional core of the Jungkook phenomenon. Because for all his god-tier perfection on stage, he has always been brutally, painfully honest about his own insecurities. Imagine being told you are golden for a decade. The world expects you to never miss a step, never drop a note, never show a crack in your armor. Yet, time and time again, we've seen him break down in tears backstage. Why? Because his voice cracked for a split second during a grueling 3-hour show, a microscopic mistake that no one in the roaring stadium even noticed. But he noticed. He once confessed that he feels like a person wearing a heavy mask, constantly terrified that people will eventually realize he's not as amazing as they think he is. That is the crushing weight of being Jeon Jungkook. His entire identity, his entire adolescence was forged in the fires of BTS. He sacrificed a normal childhood, normal school days, and normal teenage mistakes to be a pillar for his 6 older brothers and for millions of fans. Think back to his very first solo track, Begin. He didn't write about romance or wealth or the trappings of fame. He wrote about the sheer agony of watching his older members go through hard times and feeling utterly helpless because he was just the kid of the group. He once explained to his members that the only time he truly struggles is when he sees them struggling. That level of profound, egoless empathy you cannot manufacture in a corporate boardroom. You cannot train that into someone in a mere dance studio. You either have that heart or you don't. So why is Jungkook so relentlessly popular? Let's be clear, it's not a competition. The magic, the sheer miracle of BTS is that all 7 members are entirely indispensable. But Jungkook's specific magnetic pull is the perfect storm. He is the absolute pinnacle of physical and vocal talent, housed within the soul of a deeply sensitive, profoundly humble kid from Busan. He is the untouchable pop god who commands the stage at the World Cup, and the introverted 20-something who falls asleep folding his socks on a live stream. He gave his entire youth to the world, and in return, millions of people across the globe have made a silent pact to give him their unwavering loyalty. He isn't just the Golden Maknae anymore, he is the golden standard. Thank you for spending this time with us. If Jungkook's journey, his voice, or his heart has touched your life the way it has for so many of us, leave a purple heart in the comments below and share the moment you first fell for his charm. Let's keep wrapping our golden boy in the love he deserves. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.